Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. My apologies if I'm only coming out of one side of your ear. Yeah, take the headphones off because this is the best I could do right now. I don't have internet right now. We had a storm last night, so I don't have internet. I'm going to have to find a place to upload these videos. But anyway, just so you know, usually I go through StreamYard so that you can hear stereo, but now it's going to be mono. Sorry about that. Guys, Gypsy Rose. So, yeah, I was able to watch stuff on my phone and see the craziness that's going on. And so, Sloan, 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 he put up something about Gypsy Rose and the way she played her husband, and it's starting to happen. The turn, a little bit like a little wake in the water, soon to be swallowed up by a typhoon. It's called Gypsy Rose Blanchard. You're in trouble now. The many times you said this is the first for this, the first for that, you should learn how to swim now, Gypsy Rose, because you're in trouble, girl. You're in trouble, girl. So Gypsy, who has tried to manipulate Wikipedia and conveniently now say, my memory, it's spotted because of what's gone on in my life. Forget about the surgeries that I've had post the traumatic experience I went through. It's different for everybody. I want to conquer my fears. I want to be stronger than the thing that has stymied me. No, before you go there, we already see that coming. That's already coming. It's already coming. We already know. No, that's not the truth. What the truth is that you're not happy with the way you look. You're still not happy with the nose job. Like, you should have really done better with that. In my opinion, if I was going to get a nose job, I would have not done half-assed nose job. I would have gotten a nose job. But that's just the way you want it. I think you kind of want to keep daddy's nose where your sister just didn't want to deal with daddy's nose, but you're trying to hang on to something from daddy because there's no real memories, are there? You wanted me to go into the song Memories Like the Corners of My Gypsy. Everything that you did in your life to get to where you are and what you expected to be living a life, had you have just kept your mouth shut and had you have maybe wrote one book and just one docudrama. It was when you started talking. I've watched a lot of people now, and they're all saying the same thing. It is you, Gypsy Rose, that has fucked up your own credibility by telling so many stories that we know you're lying. And you still continue to, as if it's not cost you anything. It's cost you so much. And yet you still you just don't get it. You're more stubborn than it's important to you to have this whole thing fade behind you. I've never, seriously, when people say she's the type of person that she doesn't care about the type of publicity as long as she gets some publicity, some attention, you don't give a fuck what the attention is because you unaliving your mom, you throwing Nick under the bus, and you walking around like you did nothing wrong is something that it's broken. Again, something is detached. We're not talking about an average person who made a mistake. We're talking about somebody who's serial in their behavior, and that's dangerous to everybody walking around, whether there's a baby or there's not a baby. And I know now I'm getting flooded with how come the baby wasn't on the divorce? Is the baby real? I thought the baby was real. Now I'm starting to think the baby's not real. So maybe Karma Collector's getting a little bit of traction there. I don't know if the baby's real or not. I wouldn't bet my money on if there was a real baby or not. I don't know anybody who would. Would anybody bet? Seriously, would you bet your house if there was a real baby or not? Of course not, because with Gypsy, you don't know. That's not normal. And somehow she wants us to normalize this behavior as if this is just behavior that somebody went through because of the traumatic experience that they imagined in their head, because that's what happened. This traumatic experience that Gypsy's talking about was survival for her mom. That's what it was. It was survival for her mom. Her mom, who couldn't afford to put 2 dimes together to make the sound of 2 dimes rubbing together. Yep, she wrote bad checks. Yep, she was put out, right? She was put out. She was her mother's favorite. Dee Dee was the mother's favorite. 4 of them are named after Claude, the dad, right? But Dee Dee was the mother's favorite. And she was penalized for it. She was punished for it because they were jealous of what went on there. And then when the new mom, the stepmom, came in, she didn't really care for Dee Dee. So Dee Dee was on her own. Thank you, Rod. Thank you, Claude. Thank you, Stepmonster. And her sisters, where were they? I'm sorry, where are they? They've said bad shit about Dee Dee, yet nobody was there to help with a legitimately sick kid. They're all saying the same thing. We would hear her stop breathing at night. Well, it wasn't Dee Dee that was making the machine do that. Dee Dee got the machine because she was afraid. So even the family's all into this bullshit. And all it does is it hypes up Gypsy. And it gives Gypsy more people. Look at what I came from. Not just my mom, but the whole family's fucked up. Yeah, and you're continuing with that cycle because you're continuing with the lies. You just keep perpetuating the same story, regurgitating the same bullshit with a new lie to cover up a new thing when somebody says, well, wait a minute, right here, it says that there was no problems with your legs, but here it says you had problems with your legs. My mom made me do that. My mom, it was my mom that said that. I didn't. Gypsy, we found, was alone at certain times and of age of certain times that she had to sign and write things out on her own. But she would have us believe that her mom was right there with an iron fist. She has made her mom be this demonic monster that Gypsy is. So she knows how bad it is because she's tried to throw it on her mom. But the truth of the matter is it's her behavior, and she doesn't want you to know it all belongs to Gypsy. It's Gypsy's behavior. It all belongs to her. She doesn't want credit for it because she knows it's unpopular behavior. That's not the way we're supposed to behave. So you see, when Gypsy tries to fix a narrative, she knows that the narrative was wrong. There's something wrong with it. So she knows the difference between right and wrong. She still wants to do wrong. She just wants to lie to you about it. That's what it is. Guys, tell me what you think. Is that not Gypsy? That's our girl, Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Pixie! Pixie! Pixie girl, come here. Drop the knife. Guys, be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Take care. Thanks.
Morning. Here at the Beaver Biscuit, we don't serve no highfalutin breakfast. Here you get your order, hot, heavy, so messy that you'll need a towel when you finish.
Big, fluffy biscuits, smothered in gravy. Tastes so good, it'll have you licking the rim.
Of the plate, Jimmy Bobby. Licking the rim of the plate.
And if you're wanting something sweeter, try the pancakes with a whole banana.
Morning. Here at the Beaver Biscuit, we don't serve no highfalutin breakfast. Here you get your order, hot, heavy, so messy that you'll need a towel when you finish.
Big, fluffy biscuits, smothered in gravy. Tastes so good, it'll have you licking the rim.
Of the plate, Jimmy Bobby. Licking the rim of the plate.
And if you're wanting something sweeter, try the pancakes with a whole banana served on the side, just waiting to be peeled back and swallowed down whole. And be sure to squirt our Harry Beaver barbecue sauce all over your sausage. It's smoky, sweet, and guaranteed to stain your shirt quicker than Gypsy can stain a bedsheet.
Don't worry, if it gets messy, the Beavers don't mind one bit.
Get your mouth on a hot beaver today. Ooh, doggy. Them's royal right there.